it's part two. I took quite a break. I had to get dinner ready and do a bunch of other things. So, if you missed part one, in part one, I showed you guys how to do walnut flour at home, or walnut meal, if you prefer to call it that. And we also did a walnut fathead dough. So now we're back for part two, and we're going to make an awesome Valentine's Day treat. And we're going to call them Cinnamon Kiss Love Notes. It's an idea that I saw that was a non-keto recipe, and I thought, oh, that's so stinking cute. So we're going to do this the same as we did part one. And we're also going to do it as a TikTok recipe tutorial. So we're going to continue on with this part. I'm going to make the TikTok video. Then once everything is baked and I've filmed the results video, then I'm going to do a live and show you guys how to change the music and do the voiceover on YouTube. But being that it's already almost 9 o'clock at night, that part might be tomorrow. We'll see how long this takes and how much fun we're having. Because if we end up having way too much fun, I mean, hello, we're having way too much fun perhaps. Oh, Heart Keto! Guys, go check out Heart Keto. She is Ontario based, but she makes the most amazing keto stuff. Not just baking, but full meals. If you're looking for pre-prepared meals, she's your lady for that, because wow, like, her food is some awesome. So we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to go to the TikTok app. We're going to start a new video. We're going to turn on the flash. We've chosen the Friday music. So we're going to do Dori's classic First Shot. Okay, now then the next thing we're going to do is I've gotten just about a tablespoon of cream cheese, because we're only going to make 2 little snacks for me today. So we've got a tablespoon of cream cheese. This is Loran Oil's cinnamon oil. Now this does not taste like cinnamon, like apple pie cinnamon. It tastes like cinnamon hearts. So that's the key. You need the cinnamon heart flavor extract. Otherwise it would still be cinnamon, but it's not going to be cinnamon hearts. So we're going to show TikTok that, and we've got a little bit of red food coloring, and I have my Pretty Lips mold set aside too. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to show TikTok that we're using this flavor. So I want to just angle it so that they can see the label on the flavor. Sometimes it takes a couple tries to get my camera to focus properly. So we're going to wait for it to adjust. Part of it is the lighting too. Okay, there we go. Okay, so then we're going to add, I'm going to say 4 drops of this to start. It is a very strong flavoring extract, but I also really love the cinnamon. Then we're going to add just a teeny little bit of sweetener. Now, this is optional. If you don't want to add sweetener to your keto treats, you don't need to. I add a very small amount of sweetener, and we don't have any sweetener in the fathead dough. So I am going to add a small amount. Today I'm going to use the sugar-like sweetener. You could use a powdered sweetener. You could use a liquid sweetener, whatever you like to your taste. I'm only going to use about a teaspoon in this, maybe about a half of a teaspoon. So we're going to show the sweetener for the TikTok video. Okay, and then the drops of food color. And again, food coloring is optional. You can also get organic food coloring, but you cannot bake with organic food coloring. It doesn't hold the color. So bear that in mind. Organic coloring is good for icings. It's good for whipping creams. It's good for fat bombs, but it's not necessarily good for things like cookies or pastries or things that you're going to bake. So then we're going to show TikTok our color. Let's just move that out of the way. Okay. We're going to add 2 drops of red color. And then we're just going to cream this in together, and it'll make a really pretty hot pink cream cheese filling. Now, the recipe that I saw today that made me think of this, it was a non-keto recipe and it had jam in it. So you could easily fill this with a jam or a berry compote or really anything you wanted. But for me, my favorite Valentine's flavor is cinnamon heart. So I wanted to make a cinnamon heart filling. And oh my goodness, I want to just eat this out of the bowl, but we're going to have to put it in something yummy. So suck it up, Dory, suck it up. It smells so good though. So that is our cinnamon heart cream cheese mix. So I'm going to show that part to TikTok. And then we'll move on to the next step. And I get to lick my finger. Oh, that is so cinnamon hearty. I think I almost put a little bit too much cinnamon heart, but then there's no such thing as too much cinnamon heart because, hello, cinnamon hearts. You can't make too much of that. Okay, so we're gonna do a quick shot of the cream cheese filling. And then we're going to move on to the next step, which is going to be the fun part, playing with our fathead dough. So I've decided the first thing we're going to do, because I want them to be cinnamon kisses, is we're going to put some silver non-toxic luster dust. Dog, go lay down. You're going to get in trouble. Inside of the bottom, and it will make the kisses silver. So I just need to grab a brush. I buy this at my local craft store or specialty cake shop, and it's just non-toxic luster dust. It is quite pricey, but it lasts forever, and you only need just the smallest teeny amount. And we're going to take it and just put it right inside the mold. And this is how I make my pretty chocolates too. And we're just going to do 2 of them. And I guess I should show TikTok this step too. Because we don't want them to get behind. Okay. So then the next thing I decided we're going to do, oh, I've got sparkles everywhere. I love that. Sparkly. Is we're going to take just a little bit of our fathead dough and I'm going to smush it into the kiss mold. So just a very small amount, just so that I can get the decoration for on top. And we're going to push that into the mold, and we're going to just pop that in the freezer for a couple minutes while we do the next step. And that's just a little bit more than I wanted. You don't want it to be too much in the mold, but we're just gonna smush that right in there like that, and then do one more. And again, what I love about the fathead dough is that you can make it up in advance, and you can just keep it in your fridge and then make up what you want when you need it at the moment. Okay, so we're gonna show our, there we go. Oh, that's so messy. One thing I have noticed is that when you're doing it on camera and you have the flash on, holy man, can you see like every smudge of everything everywhere. And I'm like, ugh, now I just look messy. So we're just gonna wipe the mold a little bit so it doesn't look gross in the picture. Okay. And then these we're gonna pop in the freezer for a minute, just so that they come out of the mold nicely all in one piece. Now, next pro tip for your fathead doughs is I find it's easier to roll them out in between sheets of plastic wrap, then parchment paper. And the reason for that is your parchment paper will absorb the moisture and it kind of gets all wonky. So I prefer to use plastic wrap when I roll out my fathead dough. So we're going to use about a quarter of the entire batch for this. Now you want to kind of work your dough and warm it in your fingers just for a minute before you start rolling it out. Hello, hello. Real Results, Brandon. Go check him out too. He's relatively new to Instagram, but I love his content. He's got an amazing story to share with us all. Okay, so then we're going to put another piece on top so that we can roll it out nicely. And we'll show TikTok this step too, but I'm going to show it to them once I've rolled a little bit. And then we're just going to roll it out nice and thin. Now, depending on how thick you make this dough is going to be how crispy it'll be. So a thicker dough will be kind of more like a chewy sort of cookie, whereas a thinner dough is going to be more crisp. Okay, so while we're rolling that, I'm going to get this ready again so that they can just see the rolling process. Okay, then we're going to cut a square out of this. I'm just going to roll a little bit thinner. Okay. So I'll show you guys an idea of thickness wise what we've got going on here. I'd say that's about 1/8 of an inch. We're going to cut this into a nice square shape. Roll this back out after. Boop, boop, boop. Now I think it's going to be easier to wrap this up inside of the plastic as well. So I think that's how we're going to try it today. Okay, so we're going to get just our square shape here. Put the extra back in the bowl. Okay, so we have just a nice square about the size of your hand. I think that's a good size. I'd say that's, I don't know, what, 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches? I don't know. There's a parking joke about that. There's a parking joke about that. Okay, so we're going to let TikTok see that this is where we're at, and we're going to add half of our cream cheese filling. So it's going to work out to about a teaspoon of the cream cheese filling. And I'm going to do this shot together so that it can see that we're kind of doing the cream cheese filling. This is fun to do with one hand. Okay. There we go. I'm so smooth. Look at how it's stuck to it now. Like, ugh, Dory, what is up with that? Okay. So we're just going to do the cream cheese kind of in the middle and coming out the one side at the top. So it's kind of like that. So we got our cream cheese set up, and then we're going to fold it like an envelope. So we're going to fold this side over, and we're going to fold this side over, and then we're going to fold the last side over so that it looks like a little envelope. And you can use the plastic to really help you shape it the way that you want. And I'm going to add just a little bit more cream cheese here at the top so that it looks even. So we have our little envelope. Move the plastic so you guys can see a little bit better. So it's got like a little envelope shape. Envelope, envelope. I'm from Canada. We say envelope, but I know some people say envelope. So then last touch, we're gonna pull out our kisses. So then our kiss has our silver sparkles on it, and we're gonna use that to seal our envelope with a kiss. And I'm gonna take a shot of that for TikTok. Put it on our baking sheet. And again, you're easier to transfer this way. So just hold the plastic underneath, and as you release it, peel the plastic away from the bottom. And that way you don't end up wrecking your shapes of things. And I will say the kiss doesn't look as pretty as I thought it would. I might end up doing hearts instead, but whatever, it is what it is. It's a good idea. Like for cinnamon kisses, a kiss is a good idea. So we're gonna give TikTok one last shot of that for this part. And then I will bake them and do a results for you guys. And also I think that maybe gold would work better for the kisses than silver. That silver seems to kind of blend a little bit. Let's actually use copper because I think that that will give us a better color on it. And you know what? It's never too late to change your mind. This is what I always say. 'Tis never too late to change your mind. So I'm just going to dab my sparkles on top of the kiss instead. Now it is going to smush down a little bit when it bakes as well. So this is kind of also part of the reason why I'm thinking that hearts might work out better. But it's a first attempt and you don't always get perfection in a first attempt. So we're going to give it a shot and see what happens. Ooh, it looks pretty on the camera at least. With the light shining on it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So that is that part. I'm going to sign out with you guys. I'm going to roll up the second one, get them baked. I'm going to do the results video, and then I'll pop back in to show you guys how I'm going to change it, edit it for YouTube, and how we do the magical voiceover that I just figured out. Yay! So let me post this really quick, and then we could get our Friday song back. I'm so excited to hang out with you guys. It's been a while. It's been a hot minute since we've done a Fun Flavor Friday. So it's my favorite. I usually do like to do a couple of recipes on Friday because I feel like leading into the weekend, I don't want to be bored. I want to have fun food. I want you guys to have some fun food. So not every Friday we can't, just because it's so time consuming. But when I can, that's my favorite thing to do on Friday. My dog is pretty sure that she needs to go outside. Or also just be a pain in my butt. Which is, you know, kind of her jam. You guys know Kaya. That's totally her jam, is just to be a pain in the butt. Ooh, while I'm showing you guys how to post this, I want to tell you too, they switched the way the buttons go on TikTok. So it used to be that you had to turn these buttons off for it to have duets and comments, and now you turn it on to allow duets and comments. So I always turn those on. So if you guys are on TikTok, you can duet my videos, my recipe videos. You can comment. I will see your comments. If you tag me in something, I usually share it just because it's awesome, and I love it when you guys tag me in stuff. So let's get back our Friday song. Friday. I'll see you guys in a little bit. It's Friday. Have some fun. Have some cinnamon love notes. Bye, guys.